Hi beauties, happy Monday. Welcome into Makeup Monday. I'm Courtney Cason and I'm hanging out with you here on the Beauty IQ page, joining you for what is our last Halloween do-it-yourself tutorial where we're going to take makeup that you already have, or at least that you can go down to a drugstore in theme, hopefully for like 50% off, given that Halloween is tomorrow, and kind of help you participate in tomorrow night, but also do something a little fun and a little quirky. If you saw our sign, it says Pretty Pumpkin, and I'm going to be honest with you, after talking it over with my fellow folks in the Social Suite studio, it's actually a pretty scary pumpkin. But we didn't want to say that because we wanted you to tune in. So we're kind of going to do this Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of moment with a pumpkin. So half of my face will be regular makeup, and then the other part of the face will just be super scary pumpkin. But all in good fun, of course. And we like to do this live just to give you an opportunity to see how long it will take. So if you have any questions, you can just type in the comment section below, and my friend Kelly will relay them to me. But we'd love to have you hang out and interact with us. And in the spirit, before we get started, let us know what you guys are going as for Halloween. If you're going as something or you're taking your kids, let us know and we'll give you a shout out. So it'll be pretty fun. All right, so how I'm going to start is kind of with a clean face. I have tinted moisturizer on, and I just dusted a little bit of powder because we have like two don't go into the lights on me, and so it tends to look a little shiny. So you can use powder, you can start with your foundation, anything that you want to do. I will just say go light on the moisturizer, because with the black eyeliner pencil that you're going to use, you'll want it to be full pigment. So how I'm going to start this is basically the divide of my face. So I'm kind of going to go diagonal and then to the side. So I'll tell you that just in case you make a mistake, this will be the hardest part. Just have a makeup wipe handy, and then you can kind of just undo everything. So I'm starting with the Julep When Pencil Met Gel. That's in the black shade, and they've just got really great pigments, so I feel like I'm not going to have to use a lot of pressure. And of course, I can go back and make it darker if need be. So I'm kind of going to start where my hair is parting and just kind of trace everything. Oops, see, I already made a mistake. But thank God for Purity Made Simple. So let me just go ahead and grab this and then resharpen it. See, that's why we do this live, because you will inevitably make a mistake. And that's where we say, no worries. All right, so I'm just gonna trace down this way. And again, because this has such great glide to it, you can kind of just make it whatever you want to. So I'm going to sharpen again, just so it stays on point. And draw a line down. I'm going to do another triangle. And then go down. Another triangle. And then where this is right here, so that's my last triangle that I'm going to take. I'm actually just going to connect it to my ear. So I'm going to go over like that, just so you can see it. And that's the hardest part. So everything that you'll see right here, you're going to fill in with orange. Okay. All right. So that's it. Surprise. All done. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so here's where it gets fun. So yesterday I did a little shopping at a Halloween store, and as it turns out, it stinks to wait till last minute, but I was lucky enough to grab just some Halloween makeup. So I'm going to use the orange shade to kind of fill in everything that you see right here. So
Tanisha wants a shout out. It's her birthday.
What's her name?
Tanisha.
Tanisha, happy birthday, girl. Oh my gosh, I hope you're having so much fun. I hope you've got a lot of fun stuff planned for your big day. That is really exciting. Okay, let me grab, wait for it, I'm trying to find my brush. Okay, here we go. All right, so what you want to do is take this and just kind of like on a thicker brush, apply this all over.
Tabitha's going to be a mix between a dark angel and a skeleton, if that makes sense.
A dark angel and a skeleton. Ooh, that sounds fun. Dark angel and a skeleton. That actually sounds really good. All right, so I'm just going to paint this on my face like that. Oops. Kelly, what are you going as for Halloween?
Oh, I don't know yet. It's going to be a game day decision.
A game day decision? Oh my gosh, that's like how I can tell you're still young. Game day decision. All right. So this is the most lengthy part, I'll tell you, out of the whole entire thing. And I'm actually going to leave the area around my eye without orange because I'm actually going to draw a triangle to make it more like a jack-o'-lantern. So I'm just going to kind of fill in here. Part of me thinks this sort of looks like an Oompa Loompa. And honestly, with the amount of self-tanner that I wear on occasion and the mixture and cocktailing of that happen, I wouldn't say that it's that far-fetched. So there's that. Actually, I always say to pull your hair back, and here I am, like, why is my hair all in my face? All right, so by the way, Makeup Monday, our last Halloween tutorial, and we're doing a split face pumpkin. And if you want any shout outs, I'm here to do it on a Monday. By the way, has anybody seen just how creepy Halloween masks can be? We had an event in our neighborhood over the weekend where there was a witch hunt, and there were more scary children with masks than I had ever seen, like genuinely frightened. Like the dogs were super barky, really upset, and I wasn't sure if it was like a dead clown, a zombie. Oof, no thank you. All right, so second step with the orange is I'm going to take a smaller brush and just kind of follow the lines that I created with the black line. So if you are doing this for the first time and you get orange paint over the black, no big deal. You can just take your black liner and retrace if it goes over there.
Jenny's asking if she should powder under the black liner to keep it from running. Sorry.
Ginny, you absolutely could powder under or over?
Under the black liner to keep it from running.
Yes, you can definitely put a little powder on underneath. It really just depends on what kind of moisturizer you've got underneath. I will tell you that with most liners, like the Julep one that I'm using, they generally stay put pretty well, so I don't think it's necessary, but if you want an insurance policy, it's not a bad idea.
Tanisha says, thanks for the birthday shout out. Her niece is dressing up as Belle.
Cute! You are welcome, Tanisha. You are totally welcome. And actually, while we're on the subject of touch-up powder, this will just be a group opinion. Does it look pretty shiny? I think it looks pretty shiny. So I'll probably put powder over this just so it doesn't run. But actually, to the touch, it feels pretty dry, but I don't want it to look shiny. Because if you are going out tomorrow and you want to take pictures, you don't want to look like a lit jack-o'-lantern. You want to be like scary jack-o'-lanterns. While getting lit as well. And by that I just mean a glass of wine if you are trick-or-treating. Do you know what's really funny? Our neighbors last year, we were passing out, because we live in Philly, and so we have a ton of trick-or-treaters on our street, and everybody kept coming up with their parents with a beer in their hand. We were like, did we miss something? Like, was there a get-together in our town? And one of our neighbors does not give out candy. He gives out beer for the adults. And I was like, God, that is so cool. It does? Okay, so that's a thing. That's awesome.
What town is this again?
It's in Philadelphia. Philadelphia, city of brother love. That is some love. Okay. All right. And actually, you know what? I'm just going to paint a little bit around my eye because I'm not sure what part will all be in orange. Okay. So, also looks like a weird superhero. Also looks like I could be part of the Avengers and like I might have gotten into something that was pseudo-nuclear and half my face looks like this. So use this as a stepping stone that this can really be anything that you want to create. So I'm just going to take the IT Cosmetics powder, that's the Celebration Foundation, and while it's not a setting powder, it's all that I have right now, and I think that it's going to work the same way. And if it doesn't, I'll just pat right over it. There we go. And this will also be like a good time in case you want to powder over the black. I'll probably retrace it just right there towards the end. Don't knock over our lights. You don't want to be in a room with a scary pumpkin. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go over just certain spots again. And inevitably, like, if you do have, say, actually, you know what would be a good idea if you had this? If you have very orange lipstick, you could also probably put that on your face if you wanted to and use a setting powder. But I think if you go kind of the route that I did with Halloween powder, it's more Halloween powder. It's more stage makeup-esque, so I think that when you get it home, it's a little bit shinier, but I think that's the trick of the trade. So, all right, so I'm going to resharpen my Julep pencil. If you're just joining us, we're doing a scary pumpkin. Pretty scary pumpkin. Pretty on 25%, alarming on 75%. All right, so our first feat is going to be drawing a black triangle around the eyes, just like a jack-o'-lantern would be. And so for this, you will see part of my brow, but I'm going to go back in for what's not covered with the orange face paint. So the easiest way to do this is probably start from beneath the eye. And again, because I'm using a pencil, everything just kind of glides right over. So go up. And then go down.
Diana says it looks very creative.
Diana, creative is also another word for special, so thank you. Thanks very much. I appreciate your enthusiasm on that. Okay, so as it turns out, I may not have to... The only part that's tricky about the eye is just this right side. And the good news is when you do something like this, the triangle shape is super forgiving on the face. Like, it's not like it has to be a perfect circle. And so any way you want to do this is fine. So what I'm going to do is just feather this in.
Tammy and Alexis both love the music.
What kind of music do we have playing? I can't hear it.
Scary music.
Oh, it's like scary? Like, kind of? Or no?
Well, it's Stranger Things.
Oh, Stranger Things. Okay. Can I say something that's really alarming, and it hurts my feelings on a daily basis? I think I'm the only American that doesn't have Netflix. We can just shut it down right now. Sorry, guys. Actually, I'm going to fill this in with black. Oh, here we go. Here's a pencil. I'll do this. Okay. So, by the way, I'm just using another eyeliner pencil that came with the kit just because it's a little bit easier to hold. And these harder spaces. That one was a little too skinny.
Alexis doesn't have Netflix either.
Thank you, Alexis. Thank you so much. You and I can talk about like Real Housewives. We can talk about what was on the news yesterday. Everybody's like, oh, have you seen this show? And I'm like, no, I still don't have Netflix.
Sue, Nancy, and Monica don't have Netflix.
You all don't have Netflix. This is
Or
so
Jack.
great. Jack, wow.
Or Amy.
Guys, thanks a lot. You
Or
came,
Andy.
Oh.
Or Dawson Bermuda.
you came in thinking you were going to watch a Halloween tutorial about a jack-o'-lantern, and we all got together and said, you know what? We don't have this brand of cable. I appreciate all of you so very much. And if you're just tuning in, scary pumpkin. Sort of pretty scary pumpkin.
Wow, people are...
Is everybody chiming in? Does nobody have Netflix? I'm sorry. I want Netflix.
Taylor says you're not alone. Spike Mac doesn't have it either. Sandy says no Netflix.
No Netflix. All right. You know what I do have? I have Beauty IQ. Oh, shameless promotional plug. I'm just kidding. Which, by the way, if you guys haven't watched yet, we broadcast 8 to midnight, Monday through Friday. We don't do it on the weekends because we know that you're out living your life on the weekends, and we are too. So
Jennifer says, let's talk more makeup.
let's talk more makeup. Okay, you got it, Jennifer. Little bossy, but I'll take it. I appreciate it. Do you think I'm talking too much? I'm just kidding. No one has to answer that. I talk too much in my real life, so of course I'm going to talk too much on a live stream. All right, so up next, we're going to do the nose. So here's my jack-o'-lantern eye, and so you can go back in and cover that up with liquid liner, which I'm probably going to do in a second, but I just kind of want to get everything mapped out before I darken it, and plus I'm going to do some fun stripes as well. So
Andy's just joining. She wants to know what you use for the orange.
Oh, hi Andy. So if you're just joining, I just used a makeup kit that I got from the drugstore for the orange, but I was telling everybody if you have a lipstick that's orange if you wanted to, you could also mix colors. I know a lot of people will do red with their foundation color and kind of add a little bit of bronzer. That helps you make a little bit of orange. So to each his own. It actually doesn't take very much, which is nice. So you're welcome to do it any way you'd like to. So for the nose, I'm just going to kind of draw a little triangle, just like this.
Cindy says you're talking just right because you have a great personality. So cute.
Cindy, you're the best. Thank you. I'm also pseudo-talking because I'm nervous how this is going to work out. I couldn't try it at home because that's how much orange they gave me. So, misery loves company, I suppose. All right. I'm just darkening this up. And again, if you draw everything in a triangle, it's generally super forgiving in the world of shapes, so. By the way, is anyone aware that there's a Hocus Pocus marathon going on tomorrow? That is one of my all-time favorite Halloween movies. Okay, so it's coming together. It doesn't look terrible. Yay! All right, so next, what we're going to do, and have a sharpener on hand because you'll need it. You need a fine point for everything that we're going to do. We're going to draw a smile. So I'd say the easiest way to do this, and we kind of did it with the cat and also... the cat that if you saw us with Doris Dalton and Dalton Cosmetics, you kind of just draw a straight line here and here. And what we're going to do from there is do like the cutout. And so that'll help you maintain your line of symmetry. But then you'll also need to fill in your lips and kind of make something else as well. So we'll start here. So, right there.
Diana and Tabitha love Hocus Pocus. And they're excited.
Hocus Pocus is wonderful. And actually, I'm going to make this line a little bit shorter on this side. So I'm going to go back and take my orange and just kind of make that out. And see, the good news is, especially because this is a little bit of an oilier makeup base, if you make a mistake, there's no big deal. So, okay. And I just want to make sure that doesn't look like there's any black mark there, right? Because it doesn't look like it to me. I just don't want to be saying there's nothing there and you see it at home, you're like, it's a little messed up. All right, so on each side from here, I'm going to draw up.
Tamara wants to share her Netflix account with you.
Tamara, that would be the nicest thing ever. People have offered, in fact, my parents, who also have Netflix, were like, if we have Netflix, I will trade you your HBO for our Netflix account. To which I said, yes, thank you. But no one's really followed up on it, so I appreciate you offering to do that.
Monica says, won't all of this makeup smear because it's not stage makeup?
Monica, I don't think it should smear because we use this with the setting powder. And honestly, I think that in a case like when you're doing makeup like this, if you wear your hair back, say in like a cute ponytail or you have a hat, I think unless you're constantly touching your face, I mean, nothing's really coming off of my fingertips. So I think it needs a little bit longer to set on your complexion, but I think as long as you're not really messing with it, it's going to be fine.
Michelle wants to know where you bought the colored makeup.
I bought the colored makeup at Rite Aid, but I'll be honest with you, there wasn't a lot to choose from out there. I was kind of disappointed.
Lisa wants to know if it's easy to remove all of this at the end of the night.
Yes, it is easy to remove all of this, and I'll tell you why. We're a big fan of Purity Made Simple here in the Beauty IQ Social Suite, and this stuff just melts right off. Actually, this is going to sound really strange, but we should take a video of me washing my face with all of this off. All right, so here's kind of the outline of my smile. I'm just gonna color all of this in.
Melissa says it's hard to take you seriously with your unfinished lips.
Melissa, it is hard to take me seriously at any point of this, not just starting at the lips. With the eyes, with the divide, with the Oompa Loompa orange, all of this is very humbling, I'll tell you. Especially not ever having done it before. That's probably my favorite part, because I'm not exactly sure how it's going to turn out. And the other reason I like doing this is because we generally make kind of like an Instagram and Facebook recap video, but I like knowing how long it actually takes to do something like this. If it's going to take me an hour, I want to know that from the get-go.
Tracy's asking if you add lipstick to the foundation, will it stain your face?
Okay, so Tracy just asked if we add lipstick to our complexion, would it stain your face? I don't think so, but I'm also soliciting that information to you, not ever having done it myself. So, oh my god, this looks even more funny when you see my teeth. See? Pretty scary pumpkin. So my suggestion to you is you have until tonight to try it. I would test a patch if I were you and see if it does stain. I don't think it would. I don't think there's really any, unless it's an actual stain, I don't think regular lipstick would stain your face. And if it does, just pretend like we never met.
She wrote back LOL.
Or tell your work you've had an allergic reaction and you can't come in day after Halloween. And you could send them a picture and they'd be like, oh no, don't come in. You'd be like, that's what I thought. And I will say, for your lips, in terms of like your makeup running, to not have anything on your lips.
Well, Sasha tried a matte lipstick last year and it stained her face.
Okay, so there you, this just gets even more ridiculous when I say my teeth. So Sasha said she tried a matte lipstick and it did stain her face. I wonder if you put primer on, though, if it wouldn't... Sasha, did you put primer on before? Because I feel like a lot of primers kind of tote the idea of it's this, like, equal barrier.
Tracy just came back and said luckily she works from home.
Oh, that's funny. So I'm probably gonna just make this a little bit bigger.
Peyton just joined and is asking what makeup you're using.
Hi, Peyton. Welcome into the scariest, prettiest pumpkin there ever was tutorial. So, if you're wondering so as a quick recap, a little bossy. As a quick recap, the only thing that I have used so far has been the Julep Wind Pencil Net Gel eyeliner that you see right here. And make sure you have a sharpener with you so that it's really easy to kind of get the distinction all around your face. So I've used that, and then basically I used store-bought Halloween makeup in this orange shade. And so I didn't really get a chance to try it beforehand because this was the last one, and you see how much they give you for the orange selection. So I had to save it until today. So with that, I just used that, and I used a little bit of my It Cosmetics foundation powder. You can use setting powder if you want to, but I kind of just did it so it wouldn't be as shiny. So here's a little progress. So pretty cute. Alarming, but cute. All right, so up next, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take a brow power pencil, and I'm gonna draw lines just like you would see from the pumpkin and just kind of blend it out. So, make sure you have a clean brush. Actually, I'll do it with this. All right, so take a rounded tip brush, and from here, I'm gonna just test it out on my hands just to make sure it's good and ready. All right. And these lines can be a little more pronounced because we're gonna go back and shadow them in just a moment.
Sasha wants to tell you guys that her mom said to use Vaseline to get the stains to go away if it does stain your face.
Ooh, so get Vaseline if your makeup stains your face, and that should take it away. Nice. See, we're a beauty channel. We love tips like this. And don't worry, by the way, if some of your stripes don't line up. It kind of, speaking of the devil, kind of just color my eyebrow orange. Okay. All right, so back to drawing, and that should be good. All right, so I'm gonna take my rounded tip brush, and I'm just gonna go back to the Doris Dalton palette and kind of blend this out a little bit. So I'm gonna probably go for the Goddess shade, which I love, and I'll kind of tie that back into my eye over here. So I'm gonna just take that and kind of just dab along the stripes.
Peyton's trying this look right now. She's watching you.
Peyton, you're trying it? Good luck. I hope you post a picture. We can be twinning pumpkins. This is one I have to be like a little more quiet on because I'm like, my gosh, no joke. So see, scary. Scary and moody pumpkin. That's what we're gonna call this one.
Tom said you should be doing painting with a twist for this.
God, I do need a glass of wine after this. This is one of those that I'll tell you, in terms of a tutorial, I have to go and wash my face immediately after because I'll scare myself in my own dressing room when I turn the corner. I don't know what that says about my short-term memory, but this is one that's going to have to come off real quick. And honestly, it doesn't matter if some of your lines are a little bit darker than others because they all kind of even out. All right. So, I think, all right, so I'm going to start my eyeshadow really quick for the other eye. And that will be super quick, and then I think we'll be able to wrap up. So with this, what I'm gonna do is take a transition color like this one, which is Stunner from Doris Dalton. And I'm gonna build my eye so that it's a little bit darker on this side. And if you're just joining us, Scary Pumpkin. And I'm probably going to go back with just some black liner and darken everything up so that it's a little more consistent. Take this side. And by the way, I'm going to use the darkest color, Angelic, in my crease and on the corner of my eye.
Randy's asking about your necklace.
My necklace, I think, is J. Crew. I hope it is anyways. If not, I don't know where to tell you I got it. All right, and then next, I'm gonna take to this side, take the gold, paint it over this way, and I'm kind of doing the gold just so I'll have a little brightness on this side.
Gabrielle likes when people add a touch of white to make it look really drawn on like comics.
Ooh, so like, yeah, so white on the outside, that would be a really great tip, actually. Good thinking. I don't have any white in my limited edition Halloween makeup. They forgot to put it in there. Also, they forgot to put sizes for adult makeup as well. Now, wait a minute. All right, so tie all of this in. Thanks for all of your tips, you guys. This is really pretty fun. I hope that if you're not busy later, you can join us on Beauty IQ. We've got Christopher Buckle, by the way, tonight. Mariah Carey's makeup artist. He's going to be doing my makeup. I'm so excited.
Sharon's asking if the eye makeup kit is available on QVC.
Yes, so the eye makeup kit is the Dalton Pro Eyeshadow Palette #2. It has got so many good colors in there. It's like the perfect mix of like matte, sparkle, a little gleam. Actually, what does this look like? Ooh, I'm going to put some gold over this. Ooh, nice. Whose suggestion was that to take the white? Was that Gabrielle? So Gabrielle, I'm just taking the gold just to kind of give it some dimension. Just kind of have some fun with it. Cute. Well, actually, this is not really cute. It's meant to be alarmingly scary. It's like a ferocious pumpkin. All right, so up next, I'm going to be using the IT Cosmetics Superhero Liquid Liner for the other side. Kind of do my lashes.
Gabrielle said the gold is popping.
Gold is popping. Thanks, Gabrielle. All right, so I'm going to just draw a wing here. I'm going to draw it all the way over. So that way you go. And then I'm just going to draw a little bit underneath.
And then Jennifer wants to know what brushes you were using when you put the lines on your face.
Jennifer, if you hang on 1 second, all the brushes that I use today are Dalton. I've been really loving those brushes lately. We actually got a new shipment into our QVC Beauty IQ salon, and I love that with the brushes, I've been able to use a couple of different eyeshadows with them. I feel like they do a really great job at application, meaning there's not a lot of fallout. If you noticed with the 3 colors that I used for just this eye alone, there's hardly anything underneath my eyes. And so I feel like these brushes have done a really great job at not only keeping the formula on them, but they're the kind of brushes that I feel like for tricky foundation, they don't require like 3 or 4 coats of eyeshadow. Because there are some brushes out there that you're just like constantly putting it on. You're like, oh my gosh, like where's the color? Enough already. And by the way, mascara is Hello Lashes from It Cosmetics. And I'm just going in for a second coat. And for the last piece of this, I'm just going to darken back up the areas that I think need a little touch-up. And actually, what you can do with this, which is pretty cool, let's see. Oh, great. Hold on. Be right back. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to go back in and touch this up. But one of the cool things that you can do with this, if you want to make it less matte, is to take black shadow and cover this up. So I'll do that as my last step. And I'm going to do that with a pretty chunky brush. So I'm going to take the Laura Geller 20th anniversary, and I apologize, it's an absolute wreck, but I use it in my everyday life. And I'm going to take the color Carbon and just kind of dot everything in. And if you want to, what could be cool to do something like this is if you took like a really dark, almost like a mystic purple underneath, you could do like different tones if you wanted to. All right. All right, so here we have it. And again, kind of take your lines any way that you want to. Mine were kind of just a loose drawing. I'd probably go back and space them out a little bit further, but every pumpkin is unique. So remember to keep that in mind. But the cool thing about this is it's not a full commitment to face paint, but it is a little fun. It's a little different. And again, if you have that last minute holiday get together where you're taking your kids trick-or-treating or you're just kind of hanging out with your girlfriends, fun little thing to do, especially if you had like a cute little hat on, be very unsuspecting. So on your left side, you have the Doris Dalton Cat Eye with her Pro Shallot palette. And then coming over here, you have full-on Scary Jack-o'-lantern. All right, so that's going to wrap up this week's Makeup Monday, our last one before the big day, Halloween tomorrow. So I hope you have a frightfully good evening, and tune in next week because we're going to show you how to get great holiday hair, even if it's not your own. Happy Halloween, beauties, and I'll see you back later tonight at 8 p.m. with our brand new steal, as well as a full hour with Christopher Buckle starting at 8 p.m. Bye, beauties.